Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how it is that you can use AI to help you to apply for grants. No, let's just put it out there. AI is here. It's here to stay. The beauty about it is how can you use it in a way that uplifts your business and show you up as still being somebody who knows what's happening and not fully dependent on AI. Now, when it comes down to applying for grants, I know there are grants that does not require a business plan. I'm here to talk to you about the foundation. Before you apply for a grant, ensure you have the foundation. Ensure you know why you want the money. Ensure you know what you're going to be doing with the money. Ensure you know where your business is going and what are you going to be telling these people who are going to be giving you the funds. No, I know that for some grants, they're not asking you for a business plan, but guess what? They want to know your vision. They also want to know what you're going to do with the funds. And if you have the plan ready, you're able to copy and paste. And here's the other thing. When you have your business plan clearly outlined, you know the grants that are aligned with where you are going. That also increases your probability of being successful. So I wanted to share with you how it is that you can use AI to help you to do this so you can stand out and not look like you copied and paste from AI. Because remember, it's quite easy for persons to kind of copy and they have applications that test to see how much of what you have is written by AI. But if you give AI your voice and all the things that you have done, if you have material out there are aligned to what you have in the business plan, chances are you're going to come across as being more authentic. So I'm going to share with you how it is that you can ensure that your voice is in AI when you are doing these business plans, because again, you want the foundation to be there. So I have a new chat that's open. Now, there are two ways that you can go about this. One, if you have material that you have done already, and I'm going to do two and show you the difference in how you can communicate with chat. If you have material and it doesn't matter what it is, maybe it's an email proposal that you sent to somebody, maybe it's a newsletter, maybe it's a blog, the link to your website. You can copy it and put it in chat so chat can have an idea of who you are. However, I get it that for some persons you don't have anything, you may not have any material, you don't have a website, you want the funds to help you build a website. I'm going to show you how it is that you can get that done. So what I did was I asked chat to create the prompts that I have been using, because I do business plans as well. And so I'm going to be sharing with you to what the prompts that I give to chat. All right, so let's go. The first thing that we're going to do, I don't know what you're seeing, but let me stop share and share again. All right, here we go. So I like to talk to chat, and here's why. One of the things I realize is when we are speaking, we are way more authentic. When we are typing, I don't know what it is that comes over us, but we start thinking about all the other things. What can I change that word? What's a synonym for that word? Maybe that requires a comma. But when you speak, you're way more authentic. You're speaking from your heart, and who you are just comes out. So I like to use this button right here. Hey, chat. I am in the process of applying for a grant and I want to create a business plan that can position me as a expert in my field, also share what I do, understand my why, and share my authentic story and the mission for my business with the company that I'm applying for the grant with. What are some questions that you would ask me so that I can prepare a plan accordingly? And I kind of improvise because screen share and my other screen isn't on. So with chat, guys, remember you don't have to do this. I like to read what I type. Once you type it, there are ways you can just press enter and send, but I choose to read and then send. So what chat is going to do now is chat is going to ask me some questions. So it says, great question, Michelle. To build a business plan that is grant ready and position you as an expert and an authentic entrepreneur, the plan needs four things, and it tells me the things that it needs. And then what it's now doing is it's going to be asking me some questions so that it can position me as somebody who is strong. I have a lot of things open and my chat has been moving a little bit slow, but this is what you want to do because you want you want it to get to know you. You don't want to just say, hey, you know what, I'm applying for a grant. What do I need to have in my business plan? It's just going to give you what's out there on the web. But what you want is for it to get to know you. So here are some questions that it's asking me. What is your professional background and unique expertise? What problem do you solve? What proof points or success stories can you share? These are some really good questions. So once it's done, what I can now do is I'll go back and click on my microphone here and I will just go through and answer all of these questions. Once the questions are answered, I can now ask chat based on my responses, can you summarize everything that I have shared in a business plan format and give it back to me? I will then take some time to read it, see if it makes sense, and then we can continue from there. But I want to just show you how you can start. So chat has given me all these questions that I'm going to answer. I'm not going to answer everything no, because this is just a short video to show you how you can use it. So you would literally go through. I'll click back the microphone here. Okay, thanks for this. What my professional background, I'm a strategic planner. Strategic planner, I specialize in implementation and execution. And I have over 10 years in that in corporate, helping companies in Jamaica, Dominica Republic, and Trinidad and Tobago. Along with that, I have my own consultancy business that I've been operating from 2018, where I have served thousands of entrepreneurs through workshops, through conferences, and through consultancy services. The problem that I solve in my field, um, that is helping entrepreneurs to operate without overwhelm. They have a goal, they probably don't know the steps that they need to take in order to achieve those goals. And that is where I come in because I get it. Entrepreneurs have the ideas, but there are a lot of roles that they play, their marketing, operations, sales, you name it. So I am coming in as their strategic planner and helping them to create a plan that leads them to success. What proof of concept do I have? What I will do, I am going to be dropping a link with some testimonials with companies that I've worked with some projects that I've worked on, and also the success stories of my clients. For this video, I'm going to pause there, but that is how I would go through and literally answer all these questions that chat is asking me. And then I would then ask it to summarize, give it back to me, and I would edit. As you can see, what it has done is that it has translated my professional expertise and my background, where I've worked, kind of showing the companies that, hey, she's worked in the Caribbean and North America, industry knowledge based on she's worked with corporate and SMEs, and how many years of experience I have, 10 years in corporate and 7 years as a founder. It's also summarized the problem that I am saying that I solve. And it goes on. No, that is what you would do if you have no information. And I hope this is really helping somebody. But what I don't want you to do is just go to chat and say, chat, I'm applying for a grant, create a business plan for me. I don't want you to do that. I want you to make sure that you're speaking to chat. No, I'm going to show you a different example where you have some information already, and what you're doing is you're uploading. Okay, so now I want to still ask chat to document that business plan or that business proposal for me. But what I want to do is I want to let chat know that I already have some information. So I'm going to share back my screen and we're going to ask chat. I just want to show you the difference when you already have some information. Hey chat, I'm going to be applying for a grant and I want to position myself as an expert in the field and showcase my mission, my vision, and also the problem I'm solving in my community, the solutions and highlighting the solutions I'm bringing. I want you to ask me the questions I would need to answer so that I can be positioned at the top of the list when they're reviewing persons who qualify for this grant. I've also included some source material about my business that you can use in asking me those questions. So the other thing I'm going to be doing now that's different is I'm going to be adding some documents. Let me add my corporate profile. Um, why is it not coming up? I tell you, these things always seem. All right, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and I'm going to be adding my corporate profile to chat. I guess maybe because I was sharing it, didn't want to share the screen. I'm going to add my corporate profile. I have included my website. I'm adding my website. Let me just share about my screen. I'm so sorry about that. Successbusinessclub.com. And any other material I have, I could add. I also have newsletters that I write that I store in a central location. I can just put that in this file because what I want to train chat to do is to understand my voice and who I am. So I'm uploading this information to chat, and what I want you to see is the difference in the questions that chat is asking me. So now it already knows my website. It knows how many years I've worked and where I've worked. It's asking me how has my leadership directly contributed to measurable results. So it's asking me different questions. What specific gaps? So I wanted you to see that because the more information you give to chat, it's it now equips it with data so it can ask you different questions because no, you're not brand new. No, you've been in the business for some time. So what you're showing chat is you are now you have a base. It's not saying, okay, let me take things a little bit higher. I hope you're getting it. I have a 5-step framework that I use. It's asking me, how does your 5-step framework, and it lists it, directly address the challenges that persons have? These are really, really good questions because what chat is doing is acting like the person who may be interviewing me once they have looked at all my information that's out there to say, hey, okay, I know that you've done this stuff and that's great. Give you a clap. But how does this fill a gap? How does your expertise help entrepreneurs? How has the results that you generate contributed to your journey as an entrepreneur? So I wanted to share this with you so you can understand that you can use AI in a very strategic way and you don't have to use it in a way where you're just asking it for arbitrary information, but you're asking it for information that's directly related to you. Have it understand who you are as a person, have it understand your voice, and give you back something that you can work on. I will do another video to show you the financial model that I use as well, because you want numbers. Some companies you can just give arbitrary numbers. I try to go in depth so it appears or it shows to them that we've thought this thing out. So there are financials, there's income statement, there's balance sheet, there are cash flow projections. So the company can see that, okay, you know what? This is not just a pie in the sky dream. This is something that they've thought out. So I hope this helps. So go ahead, use AI to create your business plan, ask it questions, and all the best with your grant applications.